Simon, firstly, congratulations. It's 200 games this week. How do you reflect? Have you got an opportunity to reflect on your coaching career as a whole as of yet? Or?
Yeah, look, it's something you don't really think about too much, certainly in your career. But I think when you get times like this, especially with your family, you get a chance to just reflect on the journey and some of the things that you've been through along the way, and some of the joys that the game have brought. And I've been so lucky and privileged to be at a club where I've been able to be at a club that started right down the very bottom and worked their way right to the very top. And that was a process and certainly a journey that I loved. And certainly one that right now, when I look back at that journey, this is the time in your transition or your part of your process that you love the most, when you're trying to build something unique and something special. And that's what I love about coaching, the challenge of building something pretty special. And right now, where we sit right now, that's what I'm loving most about the coaching.
And when you look back, it's that premiership that stands out in your coaching career. Is there anything else that you sort of look back on at 200 games and think, wow, that's incredible?
Yeah, I think it's the people. I've been so fortunate to work with so many great people, and as I said, to be a part of building something right from the very infancy all the way through, you need a lot of good people, and there were certainly a lot of ups and downs in that process. And that's the part of the process that you love the most, is transitioning into something pretty special. But it's the people that you work with and the people's effort and the challenge that sits within it that is the most rewarding part of the process.
And have the boys gotten around you at all?
Not yet, no. I think we'll be pretty low-key. They know me pretty well. It's something that I'm a bit of an introvert and like my own time. So it's just a chance where I'll be able to go away with my family and reflect. And I'm not sure what the boys have got planned.
Some sad news during the week. Dixon passing. Have you got anything to say on what is a legend of the Melbourne Footy Club?
Yeah, obviously it's a very sad time, and our condolences go out to the Dixon family. He's such an enormous figure at the Melbourne Footy Club. 4 premierships and 250 odd games. He's an unbelievable member of the Melbourne Footy Club, and our condolences go to the Dixon family. And there's no doubt, as a playing group, we'll certainly honour the Dixon family as best we can on the weekend.
Sitting here last week, I asked you what you went to work on during the week, and you said it was your starts. It was a major focus point. You came out red hot against the Crows. How pleased were you with that start in particular?
Yeah, look, it's something that's really important in the game, and we've been able to see that over the whole season, that teams that start well generally play well, and that was a big focus last week. We identified that was something we need to get better at. We trained it, and we'll do that again this week. We'll train it again today and make sure that our start is a priority. But the pleasing thing when you've got a group is that when you're focused on something and you set your intention, you want to see action. And that was the best thing about the weekend, is that we did see that action about identifying something and going after it.
Is there a level of frustration, I guess, sticking with these top 4 sort of sides, but in the end sort of falling away? Are you frustrated at all?
Oh no, that's a part of building what we need to. Obviously, winning is something that we all want, but if you focus on outcome, it can take you further away. The thing that we are happy with as a team in terms of how we're growing is we are able to challenge some of the best teams in the competitions. We've had some really positive results, whether that be, Brisbane in Brisbane, Fremantle at the MCG, really challenging the LA Footy Club on their home ground, Collingwood, at the MCG on King's birthday. So we feel like as a group we're growing. Our challenge is building consistency, and as we bring this group together more and more, we'll bridge that consistency and we'll continue to grow. But sometimes you need to go through some of these results to really find out what is required and how hard you have to work and how you handle moments better. And that's where we are right now, is to deal with these things better over and over again. And if we look after that part of the process, we'll come out with more victories.
And from a supporter point of view, you can see that you're almost there, you're almost winning these games. How do you take that next step and overcome these top 4 calibre sides?
Keep working hard, keep identifying things where you can grow, and that's where we are right now. We've got a really important 7 weeks. We can see what we want to become, but we've got work to do, and we're not going to waste a day, a session, a game in trying to get there. And that's a really important part, and it's a big game this week against North Melbourne, a big part of our journey and where we want to go, and we're looking forward to it.
North Melbourne, they jumped you early in the year, they sort of shocked you a little bit. How do you assess them going into this week, and how do you sort of improve
Yeah, clearly they're a much improved team. Over the whole season, they're putting themselves in winning positions, and they've got a lot of depth and a lot of talent. We're under no illusions the type of team we're coming up against. They played outstanding footy against us early in the season, and we learned a lot. So we've changed, we've evolved a lot now in the way we play, and we're looking at putting on that show at the MCG. So. They're a challenge. They've got some really good things that they're doing around the ball and certainly in the front half of the ground. So we're going to be going after some of those things.
Jake Lever and Max Goodwin sustained some knocks over the weekend. Are they all good to go?
Yeah, they're all fine. They've all trained well the other night. Wednesday night they were trained fully again today. So we've got no injury concerns at all.
Judd McVeigh, you touched on the younger players there. His contract's sort of put on hold at the moment. How are those talks progressing? And how important is it to maintain Judd at the club?
Oh, look, we're really confident with Judd. He's a really important player to us, clearly, and he's taking some time to work through that, which we always knew at the start of the season was going to be the case. But we're really confident of where it sits. We've been in constant dialogue with his management and Judd, and we're really comfortable with where all that sits, and it will get done in the not too distant future.
And you touched on those final sort of 7 games. What do you hope to get out of these last few months of footy?
Oh, as I said, we're not going to waste any time. As I said, we've got to really eye on what we're going to become, and we've got a process in place to do that, and we're not going to waste time. And these are really important games for us as a footy club to continue to grow and evolve and get better. And that's the plan that we'll take into every one of these. This is an opportunity. Every time we step out as a football team, there's an opportunity to get better. And as I said, we're going to go after it. Thanks, John. Bye.
Thanks for watching, D's fans. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe right here.